BCS Music. I am so truly speaking, Daddy. My heart is filled with supplications. There are things I don't like to do, but I find myself doing them. There are words I don't like to say, but I find myself saying them. There are places I don't like. Peace of the Father, beloved viewer. In a general term, I would say good afternoon to you all. How are you all doing? We bring you greetings from BCS Star Cross Television. My name is Queen Solomon. Yes, so I am not on the set alone. Today we have an interactive session with the International Health Workers Fellowship, and I will be doing this with one of my most beautiful colleagues, Sister Stella Talbot. Peace of the Father, Sister Stella.
Perfect space, Sister Queen Solomon. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well.
I can see.
Okay, yeah, so like I said, we have representatives from the International Health Workers Fellowship, and I will leave the room for Sister Stella to do us the honor of introducing our guest speakers for today.
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Queen Solomon. Before we do the introduction, thank you very much for staying with Star Cross Television, for always being there with us, for always patronizing Star Cross Television, God's own religious TV station. Yes, just like she said, we have representatives from the International Health Workers Fellowship. They are here to take us through the four walls, through the corridors, through the wherever they're taking us through the four walls of health. Yes, health, they say, is wealth. So what should you be doing if not sitting tight? If not, carry your pen and paper, because I am very sure they are going to break all the health tips, all the health everything that has to do with health. If you're not ready, I am ready. Zakin, are you ready?
I am so
You're ready
ready
to learn something
so
new today.
Ready.
Okay, that was just on a lighter note. Here with us is the international chairman of this very amazing fellowship. He is His Grace Archbishop Okon Anthony. Peace of the Father, sir.
The peace of the Father to you and the viewers.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to Star Cross Television. Yes, next to him is a member of this very, very amazing fellowship. She is Blessed Mother Love Samuel. Peace of the Father, mommy.
Peace of the Father.
You're welcome to Star Cross Television.
Thanks so much.
Of course. So she is a nurse. Yes, we are here to learn something new. We are here to pass through the walls of health, because if you don't have good health, what should you have? Health is wealth. Sister Queen, I don't want to speak much. You have the set today.
Okay. So in as much as we would like to know so much about health, I would like us to go straight into the questions of the day. So today will be more interactive than it's supposed to be, because you would do more of the lecturing and we do more of the questioning. So let's start this way. Now there's this belief, some people would say before eating you drink water, some would say no, you should eat, then immediately after eating you drink water, some would say no, 5 minutes after eating you drink water. So I want us to know, as an introduction, when are we really supposed to drink this water? Is there an assigned time for us to take water? Or I think there's something like the brain would dictate to the body when it needs water, and you feel thirsty at that time. So I would like to know which word is correct. Let us know as a form of introduction.
Okay,
Continue.
I think I'll take that question.
Okay.
The best time to take water is the first thing in the morning. Once you wake up, your body will indicate by allowing you to flush your system. You can see that the kidney have already done their functions by filtrations and removing the water, the waste that your body doesn't need. So you feel the urge to wee in the morning. That is a signal for you that after you wee, you should replace the water. So that is the first thing to do. It's also good that you take water first in the morning before you start eating, because the gastric juice that normally work on digestion, that is in the stomach, once you are eating, the digestive juice will start helping you to digest the food. That thing works very well if you take water first before you start eating. Because if you don't take water first, the food will just land on that digestive juice that already throughout the night was waiting for food. So it's better you calm it before you start eating. That is why some people immediately after eating they start having stomach pains. So it's very good to take water first in the morning, and then while you are eating you can take water between your food, or if you don't feel the urge you replacement of water, because most food you are eating also have water. It's not that you are going to lack water because you don't take water while you are eating. Most of your food like fruits, like vegetables, also have water content, so it's not that you are lacking water. So it's also good that after eating you can take your water.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a very nice question there, Sister Queen. But I would say, as a person, I love drinking water before eating, because I feel like that water is going to lubricate my stomach first before putting in the solid stuff into my into my tummy. Okay, that was just an introduction. So thank you very much. So to the president, sir, I would love to know, if it is an organization outside BCS or something, there is always goals, missions, and vision statements attached to those establishment or organizations or whatever. But I would love to know, is there anything of such as regards health fellowship or something?
Well, thank you very much. We thank the Father for this session. I think that was the very first thing the Father asked us to do, to set the goal, the objectives goal for Medicare, Mother Elizabeth Medical Center.
Okay.
Then we've set the goal. We also set vision and mission statements. And that is exactly what we are working on. And that is exactly what led us. Our strategic objective is based on the set goal, directed by the Father.
Okay, so what are these set goals? What are these mission and vision statements?
Okay, I played to step down, not to discuss that on air, because based on the advancements of the center now, we are changing our strategy.
Okay.
So that what we have written down has been in the past. Has been in the past, and now the Father has taken over, directed us to go in an advanced way. So by the special grace of the Father, we are changing our goal and even the vision and mission statements.
Okay, so I heard you make mention of the Medicare, the Holy Mother Elizabeth Medicare Center. Now, I would like you to tell our viewer how effective and facilitated is the Holy Mother Medicare Center.
We thank the Father for this question. I think by 2019, the Father inaugurated the center, or commissioned the center. Since then, the lack phase has been very, very slow until when we took over, and the Father had helped us to design a way we can move the center in a very professional way. For instance, before now, there was no division of labor in the center as an organization, but now we have come to create pillars. Pillar heads that takes care of clinical services, pillar head that takes care of the nursing services, optometry, diagnostics, inventory and procurement, and telehealth. So we have come to create, by special grace of the Father in His own direction, we have created 11 pillars, headed by 11 pillar heads that will make things so work. For instance, not only one person that will take care of the optometry services, clinical services, and nursing. So we've separated all these activities into different 11 members of the fellowship. For instance, on health promotion and health promotion, we have somebody that takes care of the outreach and health promotions. For instance, to give health talk is handled by an individual. That's why you see Sister BM Love being brought up, because automatically she will take over that position. Though we have somebody and the person decided to step down,
Okay.
And that is it. So, like in the clinical services, there's another person there, Dr. Takem, who is handling that. But then on my own, general administration, that's where I am to oversee everything that is happening there and to coordinate all the pillars.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's just fall back to the International Fellowship, the Health Workers Fellowship. What is actually the mandate of this fellowship, and how well has the fellowship been able to work with the mandate? How effective is the fellowship, the fellowship's what responsibility has been able to put into use or brought this mandate of theirs into limelight?
Thank you. For instance, during the last Pentecostal, the father dropped something that I've never had before.
Okay.
Medical evangelism.
Wow. The father is always there to surprise us.
So that medical evangelism advised us, he advised us to go there, not only to key you into taking of drugs and that. And let us just use align the father's gospel to let you know that if you practice this father's gospel,
Okay.
you stay healthy and you stay out of drug. Honestly, that works. And that also helps us to expand this knowledge. For instance, during the last general fellowship outreach retreat in Abuja.
Okay.
So there was a myth, a false traditional belief that when you fast, then the fasting causes ulcer.
Okay.
Yeah. So we came and tell the people that no, if you fast, you will not have ulcer. But there is something that causes this ulcer.
Yeah.
Not fasting. So you are free to fast and fast and fast. Fasting doesn't cause ulcer. But what fasting will do a little, if you have ulcer caused by something else, and which is the bacteria, Helicobacter pylori, that is the agent that causes ulcer. So when you are hungry now during fasting, so that the acid in the stomach will trigger, not even to trigger, will radiate to where you have that ulceration. Okay. That's when you start having pain. So fasting on its own doesn't bring up ulcer. So that is exactly where we are going now. So we are trying to use the Father's Gospel to educate our members.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where we are going. And not only that, I think there was another presentation that talked about something else that also leads to the Father's Gospel. So on a very lighter note, honestly, we have been forced to be reading volume 1, 2, 3 of Everlasting Gospel to see where we can get the Father's messages on that supports our health, well-being. So that's a very good one.
All right, thank you so much. So my question will be directed to you, Mommy. Now, when you were speaking earlier, you made mention of health promotions and health talks, and you referred to her as the one being in charge of it. So this gives an insight that this fellowship is not just narrowed to brotherhood affairs alone.
I know.
If I'm not correct, I stand a chance to be corrected. So I want to know, what are these things that we do that affects the general public, or that has effects on the general public?
Like in the health right now, currently, we in the Health Workers Fellowship, we normally conduct outreach that we reach out to non-BCS. There are times we share classes.
Okay.
Most of the majority of the people that we're taking it were non-BCS. We conduct tests, carry out blood tests. Samples are taken from people in non-BCS. We have been doing that for a long time. Most brethren that support this outreach, some of them are not in this country. Some people in the fellowship in general, the Father make it possible for us to be running this outreach. And even sometimes it comes from the Father directly, that we manage the outreach and make sure that the general public also benefits. So it's not something of only BCS alone. So we are trying to do more, on health. Going to touch the outsiders that are not BCS. That will also be like evangelism.
Yes,
You see. So
exactly.
bring a lot of people back. to
That's the
us.
health evangelism.
Yeah.
That's the health evangelism we are
Yeah.
doing.
Okay. If I just write on what you said,
Yeah.
for instance, it's for the sake of the viewers, it's not only H. pylori that causes
The
Ulcer.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Alcoholism,
Yeah,
drinking,
drinking.
excessive of taking of alcohol,
So,
and smoking, or even the
I
taking
see.
of drugs
Mm.
like NSAID drugs like ibuprofen and other.
yes, excess taking of
Yeah,
it.
it says. So we use the Father's Gospel to play down this, so that you will not say fasting
Causes
cause
ulcer.
ulcer.
Okay,
So-
let me give a follow-up question. You made mention of drugs like ibuprofen.
Okay.
Yeah, so we generally know ibuprofen to be a drug that takes care of pain.
Pains, yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So how do we relate this? How do we relate it? Because most of us go to pharmacies and medical kiosks, and we are given this same ibuprofen to relieve pains for us. So how do we deal with it, and how do we monitor it to ensure that it's not excess?
Overdose.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't stay here to mention the brand name of a drug,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
which is not ethical, but I would have professionally put it as NSAID. Any drug that is in that class of NSAID should not be taken excessively or after prescription.
Okay.
Okay.
For instance, we said, buy this for your pain, take it for 3 days,
Okay.
and after 3 days,
You stop.
Just stop it.
don't go back to buy.
Okay.
Or don't take it empty stomach.
Okay.
To take it as signals that our body have a command in social area. Instead of to take it as signals that our body have a command in social area. Instead of us concentrating to solve that particular thing, we are taking painkillers to kill the pain, but the main thing is still there.
Okay.
Okay.
So we should not abuse it, because excess taking of it can kill.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we are going to dive into another segment which has to do with the achievements within the period under review. What has this fellowship per se achieved within this said period of time?
Yeah.
President, Chairman.
Sincerely thank the Holy Father. I have to raise my voice here to thank our Holy Father, His Holiness Solomba Lomba, for bringing me up. I'm so happy because when I look at how we started, it wasn't easy, but the Father gave us that strength and the energy to move forward. One of the achievements that I'll say, I'll let the Father know, is that we have been we have getting some countries that were not active in Health Workers Fellowship. For instance, we have reached out to Liberia, and they have come to the fellowship. Then we have also reached out to South Africa, and they are there. And I'm so strong to say that Ghana, with the very first word go, and they have accepted the fellowship. And even Ghanaians also supported the Medicaid with the medical consumables, even with to support with finance to buy some of the drugs
Okay.
in the center. So why I mentioned all those the countries was that before now we were concentrating in Nigeria, Cross River State, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa,
Lagos.
and Lagos to establish and to let this fellowship go through these states. But as I'm talking to you now, we are expanding. We are expanding the fellowship outside the shore of
Okay,
Nigeria.
speaking of expanding the fellowship, I would love to digress a bit, looking at the administrative structure of this fellowship, ranging from international to national and then the state, even down to Bethel level. I would love to believe that, or I would want to believe that this fellowship also operates at the Bethel level. If I'm wrong, please, I was stand to be corrected.
No. We don't have at the better level, but we have at every state of the
Okay.
federation in Nigeria. But members of the fellowship come from all the Bethels in the states.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so we would go straight into the challenges we know that there is no body, there's no organization without a problem, without challenge. It could be financial or otherwise. I'd like to know what are the challenges you have faced in this period.
Wow. The very first challenge is that of, when we are trying to have a meeting that involve other states and the countries joining the meeting is always online.
Okay.
And the greatest challenge is that of a poor network.
Okay.
At times we'll be on Zoom, the other people will not hear you and what. Then another challenge is that of buy-in, people supporting the fellowship.
Okay.
The people that are supposed to support the fellowship are dragging, not giving that strong support. That strong support is what we need from all the states and all the members of the fellowship. Wherever you are, they have to support this fellowship because this fellowship is owned by the Father.
Of course.
And there's what we call stewardship. When I read the Father's Gospel, stewardship. So one day Father will ask us, I gave you this to handle for me. So where are you with what I gave to you? So that is always my fear. That, please, let all come out to let's glorify our Father. Because He knows all. He knows how, why He brought us up to work for Him.
Okay, thank you
this
very
relation.
much. Now, you make a point, and then I would love to emphasize on that point you made, the membership part. Now, we understand the parts that health workers, okay, we understand who a health worker is, and then following the mandate of this fellowship, I would love to ask Mommy Love, pertaining to members of this particular fellowship, does it really boil down to only those persons who are why are you laughing?
Professionals.
Does it just boil down to medical practitioners, or membership for this particular fellowship is open to all?
The membership of this fellowship, as sounded, health workers fellowship is for people that have knowledge of health, despite your office, whether
Okay.
a nurse or a medical doctor. Every part of health is involved in this health workers fellowship. You must have, a kind of knowledge about health. You must be a practitioner before you can join the fellowship, because we can't carry everybody along and call health workers. That is a fact. It's
Exactly.
like an organization that have rules, and health also have it. So that is it. I think that's answered the question.
Okay, so if I say I want to become a member of
You should at least
of
have
this
a
fellowship,
list
I think I
of
have to
lists
go
on
back
the
to
list
school and
of
start studying.
knowledge. Yeah.
Okay.
Please let me come in there. During the last fellowship meeting with the Father gave us a very new definition of who is a health worker.
Okay.
So health worker, he's not only limited to who is a pharmacist, who is a nurse,
Okay.
but who can just deliver that service
Okay.
that can move you from your difficult situation.
Health.
If you can pray for me
Okay.
and for me to regain my strength, to me, I will register you as a health worker.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Then I'll collect your dues registration. So a health worker is not only limited to who is a
professional.
Thank you very much. I was actually waiting for that
No,
particular
you are welcome.
response.
You
You
register.
can join us.
You join
Thank,
us.
thank you very much. Okay, I just want us to digress a little bit. Let's look into the health sector aside the BCS settings. Let's look into the health sector. Now, there is something they call principle of confidentiality. Yes. Where wherever I tell my doctor, wherever I tell my nurse, it's
Remain
between just both of
Both
us.
of us.
Now, what happens if that doctor or nurse of yours divulges your information or your private life to an external person? What do you do as a patient in that situation?
Or maybe I'll start, then a nurse will do. A nurse will conclude.
Okay,
Honestly, it's unethical
thank you.
for you to divulge your patient's information. Very, 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 very bad. In different career paths, be a nurse, be a pharmacist, be a doctor, there's oath of office.
Thank you.
secrecy. So I will be, how will I put this, being punished
Okay.
by the law or by the nature if you come to me as a client, then you tell me I'll happen to know one or two problems about you, then I'll go to tell another person. No, it's not done. It's not done. So that is, for instance, in my office, that is the very first training, that is the very first orientation I gave to you.
Yes.
Ethical. You have to abide. Secret of health care delivery is well enforced. So you can't just divulge. So it's not for you to say if you divulge you will be killed. No, you can't even do it.
Okay.
You will not even do it.
Okay.
It's not even allowed. So then just don't wait for government to stop your salary before you believe that you have done something wrong. You can't even do it. So it's not something to be discussed.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's very fine. But I hope in certain situations, there are situations where you have to relate the health status of a patient to his or her family member. So is that where consent seeking comes in? Or at that time you are very free to relate with the family member, or you still have to seek the patient's consent before relating to the family member? I mean, there's something we call biomedical photography. Yes, where you take, yes, exactly. In that situation, before you take picture of any part of a patient's body, you have to at least tell the patient
consent.
or
Right. Sign a consent note for you.
yes, yes, okay, okay, that's very fine. That's very fine. Thank you. So we are clear on that. That before taking snaps or samples of a patient's body, you have
Yes.
to seek
Even for you to
consent.
go for invasive
Investigate.
procedure,
Okay.
there should be a consent for instance, to go
Okay.
for endoscopy.
Okay.
You have to sign.
It
I
was-
hereby submit myself.
So
for
what
this.
happens if the patient is too sick to even write?
Right.
Then there should be a third party there, I think.
Somebody, okay.
A family
I think
member.
I think you
I think
can
the
say that.
family member is, ask, but due to the health challenge of the person, the family member should be around and will give consent.
Okay.
Just as is done when they want to do surgery.
Yes.
A third party will come in and sign for the surgery procedure to be carried out. So same thing can be done in the other one.
Okay, thank you very much. Being that we're running out of time already, I wish we had all the time in the world to ask all the questions I have in my head because it's plenty. But however, since we don't have that time, we're going to leave the room to the chairman to give us some words of advice.
Oh, thank you very much. So, sorry, the very first advice is to my members of the Health Workers Fellowship members. Please, this job is not for only few individuals. Remember, the father's signature is on your name, and mostly you, the pillar heads, that you have father's signature on you, that you believe that you have not done well. Please come up and serve your God. He's waiting for you. He's expecting a delivery from you. And I made mention of ulcer. Those of you that prepare a fruit that you will not peel before you eat, for instance, garden egg, carrots, and that, please try and make sure that you wash it thoroughly well
Okay.
before you eat, because this is the source of those bacteria
Bacteria.
that can cause,
Yes.
or bacterium that can cause ulcer. So it is not your fasting that causes ulcer.
Okay.
There is something that causes that ulceration before the acid of the stomach
Sorry.
goes in there to cause pains.
Okay.
So please, I call on the Workers Fellowship members not to stay outside. Come and work for the Father, now and forevermore.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, representatives of this very, very amazing Fellowship International Health Workers. I've learned something new today. That for you to be a health worker, or for you to be a member of this fellowship does not necessarily mean you should be a health practitioner. Even if you can take care. Of course, we may have sick ones at home, our elderly parents, our grandparents who are too weak to work. At least as grandchildren, as children, we are there to take care of them. So that automatically makes you a health worker. So you do not have any reason whatsoever not to attend to this fellowship. That's where I'm driving at. You don't have any reason whatsoever not to attend to this fellowship meeting, be it at your Pentecostal center, your Bethel, wherever, even here at the World Headquarters via Zoom. Starcross TV is always there to keep you abreast with all the information. So please do well to partake in today's meeting for your own blessing. Sister Queen, what do you have to say to our audience?
All right, I'm so happy. Believe me, I have learned a whole lot. Mostly, I have been convinced on when right it is to take water, because that was so confusing at first, and now I know more about ulcer and so many things. Thanks to you for coming to lecture us and partake in this interactive session. I must say I'm so happy and opportuned to be on site today.
Okay, thank you very much. Like we said while we were doing the introduction, that they were going to take us through the corridors of health, and trust me, they have, because I have learned something new I didn't know about you. But if you know you've not learned at all, you shouldn't for any reason miss today's meeting. Come there and ask all the clarity seeking questions you've been bothering your mind. I've been bothering your mind. How do I do this? How do I not do that? Come and answer, or come and ask all those questions, because I'll be there to answer the questions. Tomorrow, yes, I'll be
4
there.
o'clock.
Thank you very much. I'll be there to answer your questions. So it was a very lovely day here on Set with Sister Queen, our representatives of International Health Workers Fellowship. I remain Stella Tabot till we meet again. Remain blessed. Bye.